Hi, my name is Emmelis Keaney, and my channel brings you crucial information on topics related to sickness, injury, and disease that can affect your ability to earn money through work. And I don't care how active or passive your job duties might be, how bold, young, resilient you think you are, sometimes life happens. And in this video, I'm going to give you ideas on how to prepare yourself just like the wealthy people do. In the midst of the coronavirus crisis, I did some research to find out how a pandemic can lead to a disabling illness or injury that can cause you to be out of work for an extended period of time. Sadly, some people are already struggling with not getting a paycheck due to the stay-at-home order. And considering that May is Disability Income Insurance Awareness Month, this is the perfect time to talk about it. Let me start with why a pandemic does not meet the definition needed to put in a disability claim. Because believe it or not, many people who had a policy and contracted the virus were calling insurance companies to see if they could claim benefits. And the fact that your company or employer was forced to shut down due to the stay-at-home order does not meet the definition needed to put in a claim either. These are some facts you should know about the coronavirus according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, otherwise known as the CDC. You should know that COVID-19 spreads from person-to-person contact or through respiratory droplets when an individual infected coughs or sneezes. It can also be spread by someone who touches surfaces such as doorknobs, countertops, and even pens, and then proceeds to touch their mouths, nose, and eyes. And even though stores ran out of toilet paper, you should know that the main symptoms are fever, cough, and shortness of breath, none of which are treatable with toilet paper, and that most people will suffer from mild cases and will recover on their own between a period of 10 to 14 days. So that right there is not a disabling illness, because yes, even though you have to miss work for a couple of days and all, you are expected to get better. And you're also not expected to miss 6 months of work or longer. So you may be wondering, why are we still talking about this? Well, because this next thing that I'm going to say can actually lead to a disability claim, and that is stress. I said stress. And anyone, the young, mature, and elder, can experience prolonged amounts of stress at any given time. Even the CDC designated a page on their website regarding stress. Now, while stress is not a disabling illness in itself, it can seriously affect you, and it can lead to other illnesses and even injuries that can cause a disability in the future. Signs that you're under stress can be fear and worry for your health and the health of your loved ones. It can be changes in your eating and sleeping patterns, difficulty concentrating, and an increase of use and consumption of alcohol, tobacco, and even drugs. But it can also worsen a condition you may already have. Now, before I continue, be sure to subscribe to my channel and also leave a comment below about the things that have been causing you to stress a little bit more than normal the past few weeks. Let's talk through it together. Now, I'm no doctor, but I did go on WebMD.com and found some of the leading illnesses that are caused by stress, like heart disease and high blood pressure. And although we tend to think that these are old age illnesses, researchers actually found a relation between stress, an increase in the blood flow, and heart rate that can lead to release of bad cholesterol into the bloodstream. And it can also trigger more serious cardiac problems such as heart attack. And then there's headaches, something we've all experienced at some point. Stress is not only the leading cause of headaches, but also severe migraines that can cause you to be unable to focus or execute at work. It can even affect your social life. And then there's GI or gastrointestinal problems, which can cause severe heartburn and irritable bowel syndrome, etc. Back, neck, and shoulder pain is another one. And this is huge because although this can start as a small problem, it can progress into a big deal throughout the years. Millions of Americans suffer with back, neck, and shoulder pain. And while there's no scientific evidence that stress can cause illnesses or injuries such as spinal stenosis, scoliosis, or even injured discs, specialists do agree that stress can intensify the severity and duration of pain. Not to mention, musculoskeletal pain seems to be one of the leading causes of long-term disability claims, and it usually comes with close correlation to stress from the workplace. And speaking of the workplace, many companies offer disability income insurance protection as part of their benefits package. This might actually be a great way for you to protect yourself, especially if you're on a tight budget, because group policies through work are the cheapest way of getting coverage. They do have some limitations, but hey, it's better than nothing. You can also get individual protection and coverage like you would life insurance or auto insurance, and that's the kind I have. What I want you to take from this is, if you're starting out in your career and you have a reliable source of income, you need to do whatever it takes to protect that constant stream of money. You're not just the youngest you'll ever be, which means a lower premium payment, but you're also the healthiest you'll ever be, which means you can actually still get coverage. You may develop later on certain illnesses or injuries that may not be life-threatening initially, but may turn into more serious concerns. And at that point, insurance companies are not going to want to cover you. And if they do, it may be so expensive, you may not be able to afford it. Disability income insurance is not the only way to protect for income loss, and I don't want you to think that's what I'm trying to say here. Some people either can't get it at all, or they find other ways to protect their cash flow. But what I do know is this. Cristiano Ronaldo insured his legs for $144 million when he went to play for Manchester United. Now, he's ultra wealthy, and good for him. But think about this. His legs are the main source that allow him to earn millions of dollars every year. And he's worked so hard to be one of the best to ever play the sport. You also work hard to earn a living. And maybe you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars going to school for it. Now imagine one day you can't work and the income stops. The paychecks stop coming in and you don't have the millions that Cristiano Ronaldo does. How does that affect not just your finances, but your family's? Get my point? I'm sure you can fit it into your budget now. And I don't want you to think that I'm trying to freak you out that something bad is going to be happening to you. That may not be the case, and I really hope not. But it's all over the web that 1 in 4 of today's 20-year-olds will become disabled before they retire. And it's usually one of the illnesses that I previously discussed. Not a car accident or a work-related injury like most people think. And most Americans don't have 34.5 months of savings to get them through this. That is the average duration of a long-term disability claim. You can reduce the chances of becoming disabled by practicing healthy lifestyle habits. But the reality is there's things you can't control, like genetics and hereditary disease. And I mean, not just the ones that you know, but especially the ones you have no clue about. Now, if you have a question or a story you'd like to share, please leave it in the comments section. I love reading those. And if you're new to disability income insurance protection and you want to learn more as to whether you may or may not need this type of coverage, check out my other video, 5 reasons why you need income protection, where I discuss the financial impact to you and your loved ones if money stopped coming in and debt started piling up. And be sure to click on the bell button to get notifications about what's new on my channel. If you want to talk to somebody about picking a policy or a program that may be right for you, or you just want to explore income protection ideas, click on any of the links below and talk to a real human like me, including me. Thanks for watching.